broadcast simultaneously on the Council YouTube channel, Hillingdon, London. The purpose of this committee is to scrutinise the decision who have just virtual meeting. Okay, online housekeeping. Before we start, some important online housekeeping. Please ensure that your mobile phones around you are on silent. Please keep your microphone muted when not speaking and unmute when to speak. As the chairman, I will call on those speaking during the meeting. In terms of technical meeting control, if any councillor leaves the virtual meeting partway through for a period of time, e.g. lost connection, I will continue the meeting unless we're not quorate, which is 4 councillors. Attendance roll call. Before I moved on to the agenda, I would like to roll call on all councillors present to confirm their attendance. Please indicate you are present when I say your name. Councillor Riley.
Present, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Councillor Wayne Bridges.
Yes. Good evening, Chairman. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Nick Dennis.
Good evening, everyone. I'm present.
Councillor Simon Arnold.
Good evening, Chairman. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I am present.
Welcome. Councillor Peter Curling, the Labour lead.
I'm present, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Councillor Peter Money.
Present.
Councillor Kerry Prince.
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Tony Little, our Carpenter Education member.
Present, Chairman.
And Mark Braddock, our Democratic Services.
Present, Chairman.
Thank you all. We will now move on to the agenda. Apologies for absence.
All members are present, Chairman.
Declaration of interest on matters before this meeting. If anybody has anything, please speak now. I'll wait.
I have an interest, a non-pecuniary interest. I'm a member of the Cranford Park Friends Group on agenda item 5.
Okay. Well done. Well done in advance for all the work you did. Also, we'll go on to item 3, which is, can I take the minutes of the last minutes as agreed?
Chairman, Councillor Prince has a comment on the minutes.
Okay, Councillor Prince.
Is this the point in the agenda that I can question something in the minutes?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, great. Fantastic. Okay. On the minutes, it says members sought clarification on the presentation of the SIL report to the relevant policy overview committee. When is that annual report due?
It's a yearly thing at the moment. It comes at the end of the financial year, I'm led to believe. But it goes to one of the pots. Mark, can you confirm on that, please?
I'll have to confirm the exact date, but I think it's sort of beginning of the year, so probably January, February. But I can confirm outside the meeting with you, Councillor.
Okay, great, thank you.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, lovely. So we'll move on to. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. I also confirm there are 2 public reports which will be considered in the public interest by Cabinet today and 3 in the private. We'll go straight on to item 5, which was of the last meeting, sort of clarification, a number of points in the report, which were circulated prior to and also on the agenda. And these are for noting, not or comment, and no further clarification. Did everybody get that? That's firstly. And if you have any comments, please let me know. I'll take your silence that you've got everything.
Chairman, I can't see anyone wishing to speak, no.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, yes, by the way, I'm actually on an iPad, so I can't all see you. So if you need to, please indicate, and Mark will pick you up. Okay, we'll move on then to item 6, which is basically I'm going to go and take the committee through the reports considering by the Cabinet tonight. If they see any comments, clarifications need for potential for call-in, the first 2 reports will be considered in public, the rest are in private, and the stream will be cut. Agenda 5 is Cranford Park. Has anybody got on this? Yes.
Councillor Money and Councillor Little. Sorry, Mr. Little.
Mr. Little. First Councillor Money and then Mr. Little, please.
I think big thanks to the officers for putting this together. It's been a long time coming, especially to Charmaine, who's done a lot of hard work. and also to the Cranford Park Friends Group, who are a very small group of volunteers who have really been pushing on this over the past few years. So yeah, it's an excellent piece of work, and we look forward to it.
Mr. Little, Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. It is a very welcome project. Will any effort be made to involve the local schools in this stage of the project?
I would have thought not, to be honest, Mark. Mark, have you got anything? Because it's obviously now it's the they've got the grant and they've agreed the works. I remember doing this for some other projects, but Mark, have you got anything else?
Chairman, I'm happy to go away and speak to Charmian about this and let the committee know, in terms of how local schools and other groups will be involved as part of this restoration project.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Okay, anybody got any other further comments? No? Okay, we move on to item 6, which is the monthly council budgeting report, month 2. This report details month 2 of the new financial year. The report covers the effects of COVID-19 and measures and mitigates this. Cabinet also accepted 2 grants signed up for the trees and the city project. Does anybody have anything else?
Chairman, we have Councillor Curling.
Councillor Curling. And I can see you, Mr. Little, as well. I can see you there. And Councillor Money. That's fine. Councillor Curling.
Thank you, Chairman. I've got a couple of points really to raise, a couple of questions to ask. On the Cabinet report on page 76, there's only one paragraph on the page, which is 174, which says there were no breaches of prudential indicators or non-compliance with Treasury management policy and practices.
Yeah.
In order to maintain liquidity for day-to-day business operations during June, cash balances will be placed in instant access accounts overnight and overnight deposits. In addition, cash flow forecasts indicate temporary borrowing of around 25 million is required to ensure minimum cash levels are maintained throughout June. This replaces temporary borrowing that has matured so far this year or due to mature in June. There was in the January Cabinet report, there was a paragraph all around the bail-in risks. I can read that out as well. It says the council aims to minimise its exposure to bail-in risk by utilising bail-in exempt instruments and institutions wherever possible. However, with average balances being lower than historic levels, the majority of funds need to be held in instant access facilities to manage daily cash flow. It is therefore not possible to fully protect council funds from bail-in risk. At the end of November, 100% of the council's day-to-day operational treasury instruments had exposure to bail-in risk compared to September benchmark average of 62% in the local authority sector. The council's exposure reduces to 0% once instant access facilities are excluded from the total bail-in percentage. Now, I'm no great financial expert, and that doesn't make a great deal of sense to me. But I think as a responsible scrutiny committee, I think we should have some sort of report on why we had to borrow 25 million to ensure liquidity in June, and also an assessment on what bail-in risks we are currently running, and in English as to what they actually are. I mean, it may be down to COVID, it may be other factors, who knows, but it would be good to have some sort of report or some sort of explanation of what risks we are running in plain English so that we can understand it without being a qualified accountant.
I do sympathise, Peter. Obviously, the one on the current report is obviously to do with COVID. The bail-in stuff, I'm not even going to try and attempt to explain that. But what I will say is that, Mark, if we can have some sort of summary about this that the layman could understand, and there's no offence to people that don't understand it, is that possible, Mark?
If the committee agree, I'm happy to speak to the Director of Finance to get a more understandable explanation of that, but also mention the plain English aspect, perhaps for future reports going forward.
Yes, I think that'd be quite a good idea, considering we don't have a degree in accountancy. I'll ask, has anybody else got anything or disagrees with that?
Councillor Curling, I think, wanted to come back again.
I just want to know the rest of the committee. Are the committee happy to find that? I'll take your silence as a yes. Okay, Peter, you want to come back a minute?
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Chairman. It's just another similar question on page, if I can find it, it's page 70. Bear with me, I'll just flick through the pages. Page 70 in the table 22, there's some quite large variances. For service provision, the forecast 2021 was 51.4 million and the revised budget is 65.1 million, which is a variance of 13.7 million, and also potential borrowing has increased quite substantially from 68.5 million to 81.017 million, a variance of 12.5 million. Just some clarity around why such large increases. Again, it may be down to COVID, it may be other factors.
That is totally down to COVID. If you think about what we've had to lay out and how much we've taken out of reserves. So I'm more or less 100% certain on that. But if Mark, do you want to confirm that, or?
Happy to confirm that with Finance Chairman.
Yeah. Okay. Any? Is that it, Peter? You finished now?
Yeah. Thank you, Chairman. That's it.
Councillor Money.
Thank you, Chairman. It was just a comment and a question, please, on page 33, recommendation 6. Our budget amendment this year did propose something like this, so I'm glad that you guys have taken note and are also undertaking the urban tree challenge. The Labour group proposed 50,000 to plant 1,000 trees, and recommendation 6 is proposing 25, although it's 75 over the course of the years, to plant, by our costings, about 500 trees. One of our neighbouring boroughs, Slough, in the same year, this financial year, will be planting 8,000 trees. So we should get there at some point. My question is, where is this money coming from? What service area, or which areas have been taken out of from green spaces?
It's coming from the current budget in the green spaces. This application has obviously been put through for a while now, but yeah, I'm glad to see it. Yeah, but that's coming from existing budgets in the green spaces.
So no green spaces budget is being cut.
No.
No service.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Not cut, but it's not being diverted from anywhere else.
Well, we have no. As far as I can see, that there's money for planting, and this has come from that. But I mean, I can get some more clarification if you wish.
Please,
Mark, could you find out that for me, please?
Chairman, if the committee agree, happy to find out more about the funding for that.
Does the committee agree? I'll take your silence as yes. Okay, Councillor Money, do you have anything else?
no, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Little.
Thank you, Chairman. My question relates to page 72, Annex A.
Yep.
There is a line marked Schools SRP, which I think stands for Special resource provision.
Yes.
And it suggests that somewhat over £1 million is being rescheduled from this year into future years. I have two questions relating to it. One, can we know what the projects are that are behind the 2 million that we were starting the year with? And the second one is, does the delay in these projects increase the deficit on SEND special needs funding?
Okay. I would have said yes to the second question, but we'll find out for you and come back. Anything else?
No, that was it, Chairman. Thank you.
Does the committee agree to that? I'll take your silence as yes. Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Chairman, I'll just point out the addendum that was moved also tonight.
I was just going to come to that, Mark.
Thank you.
Obviously, we have recommendation number 7, which you're all aware of, which is 100k for transport for tranche of emergency travel activity fund, which is also there. So there's nothing else in that report apart from that. Is everybody okay with that? Again, I'll take your silence as yes. Okay, that concludes all items in public. Now Mark will cut the feed, and thank you very much for watching.